Are you in need of a mortgage? Well, Volunteer Home Mortgage is here for you 7 days a week. Whether you're in Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, or beyond, Jerry and her expert team are ready to help you out with purchases, refinances, and so much more. Don't wait. Call them today, 865-238-7500, or visit them online at volunteerhomemortgage.com. All right, we're doing a live 6 p.m. weather update here this evening because we've had severe storms moving on through. We've been under a level 2 and 3 risk for severe storms. And so while it was time for me to do my evening weather update, thought I'd just come in here and do a live weather update. Of course, we'll keep you posted on all things weather potential here for the evening hours. Good Friday evening, by the way. Sure hope you had a great day today. I will tell you this. The severe storms and the rain that we've had so far today, I think is going to be pretty much what we've already seen. Let me go ahead and take you right to the radar and show you what I'm talking about. So we do have three severe thunderstorm warnings that are ongoing, not to mention a flash flood warning down by Chattanooga. So let's go ahead and dive into the details on that. I've got the chat running up here this morning. Good evening, Kathy. We've got Denise, Laura, Miranda, Beverly, and Ruth. Good Friday evening, everybody. Sure hope you're having a great day. Yes, we've seen some strong thunderstorms. Yes, we've had some severe thunderstorm warnings taking shape here this evening. But the good news is these storms have kind of congealed all together, and that has now limited our severe weather potential from here on out. So I think for the rest of the evening, while we could have a couple of isolated strong or severe thunderstorms, I really think that a lot of this energy is going to start to wind down, and we're just going to be dealing with some moderate to heavy rain showers from here on out. Hello, Missy. How are you this evening? Ruth, you're welcome. All right, so on the radar, let's dive into the details on the severe thunderstorm warnings that we have taking shape here already at this hour. We've got 2 across the Northern Valley. We have Campbell County. We also have Scott County. And we have, so that runs until 6:15. Then a little bit further to the south of that, we have also Campbell County until 6:15. We have Anderson, Morgan, as well as Scott County also until 6:15. So we've got a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings across the Northern Valley and the Northern Plateau, and down closer to Chattanooga, we also have a severe thunderstorm warning until 6:15 for Hamilton. We also have Marion County involved in that, Sequatchie County, as well as Bradley County. So severe thunderstorm warnings down across the Southern Valley with a flash flood warning that is now taking shape, which is not going to show because the severe thunderstorm warning is taking precedence on that. But we also have a flash flood warning right around the Chattanooga area where we've seen incredible amounts of rain so far. So when you look at the big picture on the radar, let's take you about to East Tennessee, and we'll run you through the last hour. You can really see how these storms have been firing up around the area. Again, heavier rain showers and some good solid downpours, some strong gusty winds. And, so, listen, some of the hail has been more numerous quantity, not necessarily quality, if you will. We have not seen that, or have had a lot of reports of some incredibly large hail, but we've had quite a few reports of some good, solid, heavy pea-size hail associated with these storms. Now, again, we still have some of that risk for severe storms across the area, and let's go ahead and dive into the details on that as we look at your potential. Now, we still have a severe thunderstorm watch. The Fentress and Cumberland County and back into Middle Tennessee has now been canceled from the severe thunderstorm warning, severe thunderstorm watch, but the Central Valley, the Northern Plateau, the Tennessee-Kentucky border, all the way down the I-75 corridor still has a severe thunderstorm watch in effect. Let me just double check the timing on that until 9 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. So yes, we still have the potential for severe weather all the way through about 9 o'clock. Mike Wartburg had a funnel cloud, I believe. Did you see it on the radar? Believe it or not, you can't rule out the fact that we may have had a funnel cloud. A lot of times when we get this kind of weather, Miranda, we get what's known as scud. So it looks like a funnel cloud, but it's actually the inflow of a severe thunderstorm. And sometimes it looks like it could be a funnel cloud, but typically a lot of times it's not. We have not had any tornado tags on any of our severe thunderstorm warnings that I believe anyways. And so probably not a funnel cloud, but again, west of Interstate 75, we've had the majority. That's where we've had the majority of our spin in the atmosphere. However, the tornado potential has really been on the lower end when we're talking about the risk levels. Damaging wind gusts have been really the main threat. Large hail, but again, that really hasn't come to fruition as well. Just kind of like yesterday. The way these storms have all played together to get, They've not been individual thunderstorms. And so because they've congealed together, we lose that severe weather potential and we transition now into a solid heavy rain event. All right. Let's see. Felicia says, hoping it moves out for the Bigfoot Festival tomorrow. Well, I've got that forecast coming up because we're not just doing a severe weather coverage here tonight. We're actually going to do your full forecast. So strap in. I've got your entire weekend forecast ahead of you. I will tell you that Sunday is going to be better than Saturday. All right. So severe thunderstorm watch still in effect until 9 o'clock here tonight. We'll see what the Storm Prediction Center does with that as they talk with the National Weather Services here, like locally. They taken the efforts together. But when you look at our severe weather potential, again, I've not changed anything. High category when it comes to damaging winds, that's the main threat. Medium category with 1-inch diameter hail or less. Wasn't expecting anything larger really necessarily than 1-inch diameter hail, which signifies a severe thunderstorm. Remember, a severe thunderstorm warning is indicated by damaging winds of 58 miles per hour or greater, or hail larger than 1-inch diameter, which, by the way, is the size of a quarter. So that's why we always say when you send in pictures of hail in your community, make sure you put a quarter, a dime, a nickel, a penny, something, so we understand what size that is, because everybody's hand sizes are different. And so if you put something that to really to exemplify the size of that hail, that really helps things out. Now, again, we've had a low tornado potential basically west of Interstate 75, which of course would include you folks in Morgan County. But it just doesn't really look like it's going to come to fruition here this evening, which is okay. I think we're all okay when it comes to non-severe weather. We may have all the ingredients in place, but it's just like baking a cake. You can have all the ingredients to bake a cake, but if you don't have an oven, well, guess what? You're not going to get a cake, right? All right, so that's for the rest of the day today. I know the title says Thursday. Obviously, it's Friday, so it's Friday. All right, here's your Futurecast. We pick up our timeline here. It is currently 6:11 here on our Friday evening. Here's our Futurecast model, of course. It has a relatively good handle on what's going on out there right now. Not 100% because it's a model forecast, but the general consensus is there. Do we still have a chance for some isolated strong or severe thunderstorms all the way through about 9 o'clock tonight? Yes, we do. And I think mainly south of Interstate 40 will probably be the best bet on that based on what's going on out there right now with the current radar depiction. So here's 9 o'clock tonight. So I do think that these rain showers are going to be with us all the way through about 9 to maybe 10 or midnight tonight. So if you have outdoor plans here tonight, grab the umbrellas. You'll need those. And again, if you're new to the East Tennessee Weather Platform, you're joining us on Facebook, make sure that you scan that QR code on the bottom right-hand side of the screen, unless you're obviously on your cell phone, or just log on to easttnweather.com or just go to your app store and search East TN Weather, TN as in Tennessee, East TN Weather. I have links for Android and iPhone apps right there. You can download the app. You get notifications. As long as you turn on your notifications. Listen, the East Tennessee Weather app is as good as you want it to be. If you don't allow current location services or location services turned on, if you don't turn that on, if you don't allow push notifications, you're not going to get the information that the East Tennessee Weather app can give you. Sure, you can look at day parts and 7 days and the interactive radar, all that. But you're never going to get the push notifications if you don't allow notifications. And I'm talking to my good friend Alex, who never turns his notifications on. And we had that conversation earlier today because we had a meeting. I said, what good is the app going to do and help you understand what's going on in the environment around you if you don't turn on your notifications? All right. Anyways, past midnight tonight, I do think that the rain showers are going to slowly fade away. As we get into our Saturday morning, likely to be on the drier side. Some of the latest model guidance is picking up on some scattered light rain showers early Saturday morning. So that is a possibility. But as we progress through our Saturday, more rain is on the way. The cold front is still far to our west. And as the cold front slides its way on in through the day tomorrow, that's going to spark off more rain. So unfortunately, unlike the beginning of the week when we thought the weekend was going to be looking pretty good, showers and thunderstorms are expected on Saturday with more sunshine, cooler, and more comfortable weather on into our Sunday. Just through tomorrow morning, many of us are going to pick up anywhere from 1/2 inch, 3/4, maybe pockets of an inch of rain in some locations. And again, we do have a flash flood warning currently going on in the Southern Valley in the Chattanooga area. So we've seen a lot of rainfall there. More rain is expected to continue to push its way on through, so water levels will continue to rise. All right, let's see. Dwayne says, big carnival in Sweetwater all weekend long. Unfortunately, Saturday is going to be a rainy day, my friend. Here's your outlook for Saturday. So we still are under a level 1 risk for strong to severe thunderstorms on Saturday. Okay, remember, today we had a level 2 and a level 3 risk. This is issued by the Storm Prediction Center. They're out of Norman, Oklahoma. They issue the big risk for severe storms across the entire country, and they do a great job. It's a forecast. It's not always going to come to reality, right? It's not always going to come to fruition. So tomorrow is a level 1 risk. I do think, though, however, if you're joining us from the mountain counties, especially from, say, Blount County up towards Tri-Cities, Unicoi, Carter, Johnson County, keep in mind, some of the models have been hinting at the possibility of some stronger thunderstorms there. So we'll keep you up to date on that, see what the Storm Prediction Center does. Of course, I'll have a live update at 7 o'clock in the morning tomorrow morning for Wake Up with the Witcher. I do broadcast every day, Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week, to keep you posted on all things weather here in East Tennessee. And remember, the East Tennessee Weather app travels wherever you go. All right, so let's pick up our timeline at 7 o'clock in the morning Saturday. As we progress through time, Saturday is probably going to be on the drier side for the first part of the day, but the second part of the day, here comes the wetter weather. So I think anytime after about noon or so, give or take about an hour or two, we're really going to start to see some rain showers pick up across East Tennessee. And by 7 o'clock tomorrow night, we're going to have the rain showers. So again, we've got the Bigfoot Festival from 10 to 6 tomorrow. I think, Felicia, you said 10 to 6. We are probably going to start off on the drier side, but we'll start to see those rain showers really pick up as we get into the second part of our day. All right, so that's your potential for Saturday. Then the cold front swings on through, but hold on a second. The low pressure system, the upper level low, is going to stick with us Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And then it finally kicks its way on out of here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, before another system swings on in, bringing us more rain showers, which I'll show you with your 7-day forecast. All right, so rainfall amounts from now through tomorrow night. So basically a 24-hour period, we're looking at anywhere from maybe pockets of 1 to 2 inches. And so if you've been with me all week long, I said, listen, the flood potential is going to gradually increase today, and I think insult to injury throughout the day tomorrow. So I think we're going to see more rain showers, leading to the potential for some localized flooding or flash flooding concerns, especially if we get some thunderstorms. Excuse me. All right, so morning lows tomorrow morning as we get our Saturday started. Mild, muggy, temperatures are going to be in the 50s and 60s. Not a bad start to our day, but it's going to be on, again, a couple of showers possible early in the morning. But as we progress through our Saturday, showers and thunderstorms will start to pick up. We don't have the heat that we had today. We're not going to have the instability that we had today. And so, therefore, the severe weather potential, that's why we only have a level 1 risk versus a 2 and 3, because everything kind of comes down a little bit. But the fact of the matter is that we got a cold front coming through. Remember, a cold front's going to act like a bulldozer. What does a bulldozer do? It picks up the dirt and lifts it, right? Just like a wave in the ocean. It lifts and it rises the air. The air rises with that cold front coming on through. That's our forcing mechanism. So if you had instability, if you had high dew points, and you had moisture to the atmosphere, which is the high dew points, that's when you're going to start to see severe thunderstorms rip their way on through. I don't necessarily know that that's going to be necessarily the case tomorrow as much as we've seen today. So do we have an isolated, stronger, severe thunderstorm? Sure, that's possible. All right, here's the other side of the story. Once the cold front passes us by on Saturday, the air starts to dry out on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And that's with lower temperatures, partly cloudy skies. That's going to make the air feel amazing. So really, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday are going to be awesome days. Besides the fact of the matter is it's not going to be abundantly sunny, we're still going to have a mix of sun and clouds thanks to this upper level low kind of lingering around the area. So let's dive into the details on your 7-day forecast. As we look at that, temperatures do come down from the 80s that we've seen over the last couple of days into the mid-70s tomorrow. We do have about a 90%. Everybody's getting wet tomorrow. Basically, 100% chance of rain tomorrow. Do we have a chance for some isolated, strong, or severe thunderstorms? Yeah, we do. And I'll keep you posted on that. And of course, if I needed to do live severe weather coverage, which of course I've been watching the radar all day today and through the evening hours. When we have a couple of isolated, stronger, severe thunderstorms, not going to do live severe weather coverage. If we have an abundance of severe weather moving its way on through, right where I'll be, right here on the East Tennessee weather platforms. Sunday, Monday, we're going to be in the low 70s. Lows are going to be in the upper 40s to low to mid 50s. Monday morning is going to be on the cool side. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, That low starts to kick its way on out. A ridge starts to build on in before our next disturbance moves on into the area. And that's going to pop off more showers, more thunderstorms. Right now, if you know how I forecast, I like to forecast conservatively. So we start low and we start to work our way up. So each and every day, that 40% on Wednesday and Thursday may start to go up. And it likely will as we get closer to the event. And then next Friday, maybe back down to the mid 60s. So trending nearly 10 degrees below average. Our average high for this time of year is 76 degrees. All right, got a lot of folks joining us here this evening. Thanks for joining for your live weather update. Typically, we don't do those on Friday night or at Friday on night during the nighttime, anyways. But because we've got have had some severe weather moving its way on through the area, wanted to jump in and do a live weather update for you. We do have one severe thunderstorm warning that is currently ongoing. Other than that, just some good, solid, steady, moderate to heavy rainfall moving its way through from Scott County to Fentress, Campbell, to Morgan, Cumberland, down to Spring City and Dayton and Saudi Daisy and Chattanooga, where, again, we do have that flash flood warning that's currently in effect as of right now. So one severe thunderstorm warning right now that does include Meigs County, McMinn, Bradley, and also Hamilton County. That runs until 7 o'clock here tonight. The current time is now 6:20, so for another 40 minutes, we have a severe thunderstorm warning now for the Southern Valley. One little cell down there. Let's go ahead and let me switch the radar here, give you a better idea on exactly how that's playing out, because we got to pick up the radar down into northern Alabama, because that's where the storms are. They're a little bit closer to the northern Alabama radar, so we pick up on that. And again, not a ton of activity. We've got some heavier rainfall. We don't really have a lot of a lot of spin in the atmosphere, so that's good news to pass along. A little bit of spin, but not enough to really write home about. And I think that's really going to be the story. When we look at the hail, yeah, we've had a little bit of hail towards the Chattanooga area, starting to work its way closer to the I-75 corridor, but I don't think this is going to be a major hail event. Do you see some pea-size or maybe some nickel-size hail down across the Southern Valley? Yeah, that is the possibility as this storm continues to track its way to the north and northeast. Again, back to the radar. This will start to work its way towards Charleston, Cleveland. Anybody joining us along I-75 from Athens to Calhoun and along Highway 11 may see some pretty healthy thunderstorms move in just in a short while as these continue to track their way to the northeast. Again, we'll loop this over the last hour to give you a progression of how these storms are progressing to the north and northeast, and we will definitely keep you posted on that. Let's see. Jill's got something to say. Mike, not sure if it's a bug, it needs to be fixed or something on my end, but I have all my push notifications on in my area saved. But about half hour ago, there was a major lightning where I am in high school, but didn't get the lightning notification. Let's see, lightning notification. But a few seconds after the thunder boom, got a lightning notification for Big Ridge, but nothing for the high school area. And I do have high school saved. Wanted to let you know. Jill, if you wouldn't mind doing me a favor, if you go to the East Tennessee Weather app, let me just show you something. My face is going to be really big on this because I didn't change this. I'm using a different camera, so I apologize for that. A very large picture of Witcher. All right, so if you go to the East Tennessee Weather app, let me open the app up. This is what you're going to see. So, Jill, this is for you or anybody else having issues with the app itself. Again, we're going to be changing some things at the top of the screen. But if you click on the cog wheel on the top right-hand side of the screen, and then you click down to email support, that will actually email me a token. I can take that token and send it to the app developers, and they will be able to fix the issue. So does that make sense, Jill? So go to the cogwheel, click on email support. I'll get a certain notification from your cell phone where they will be able to pick that up and help to fix the issue. So hopefully that helps. So make sure you do that, Jill. Anybody else having issues with the app itself, that's what you do. Click on the cogwheel. Click on email support. It sends me a token specifically from your cell phone to let me know exactly what's going on with your cell phone, where the app developers will be able to fix it. And don't forget, for those of you that may not have the app or just now downloading the app, if you click on the interactive radar, it literally is the best interactive radar you can buy. I'm sorry. And you're not buying anything. Everything is 100% free. But it gives you a past, current, and future radar of 2 hours. So let me show you what I'm talking about. There's your past 2 hours, there's your current hour, and here's your future cast of 2 hours. This really is going to be a benefit to you, your family, and your friends if you have outdoor activities, if you've got picnics, if you're at ball games, if you're camping, if you're on vacation. Oh, and by the way, if you are vacationing, the app travels wherever you may go as well. So the interactive radar gives you past, current, and future radar. The East Tennessee Weather app will give you lightning push notifications, hopefully, Jill, right? Of 15 when lightning is recorded 15 miles of your location. You get your daily forecast weather updates, 1 minute with Witcher, and so much more. So make sure that you scan that QR code, download the East Tennessee Weather app. It is going to be your best friend. I promise you, you will not regret it. And everybody I've talked to absolutely loves the app. Let's see. Bryson says, is the threat for severe weather over for Oak Ridge, Oliver Springs area? I would likely say the answer is yes. Based on what's going on the radar right now, let me show you. Of course, we've got the radar up right now. When you look at the radar and expand the view, the strongest storms right now are pushing their way through Meigs and Ray County, pushing into McMinn, and also into, Bradley County. Once these push on through, once this line pushes on through, I think we're going to start to see improving conditions because back to our west, we have some heavy rain. If we click over to the radar over in Nashville, there's your Nashville radar right there. That's the radar from Nashville. So that gives you a good idea that, sure, we've got some rain showing up in the middle Tennessee, pushing towards Cookeville, but it's just going to be in the form of rain. So our severe weather event, I really think, is A, early, B, not as severe as we were anticipating, or as it could have been. Thank goodness for that. And C, it's going to be over. Well, it's 6:26. It's probably going to be over here. The rain's probably going to be done by 9, 10 o'clock here tonight. And I think that's going to be about the extent of it until we get into the day tomorrow. So that's really kind of what we're thinking as of right now. I say we, it's me. Let's see. I'm liking the evening updates, even if it's just a quick video. I do update, by the way, 3 times a day, Miranda. I decided I was getting ready to record my evening update, and I was like, well, we've already got activity going on right now, so I might as well do a live weather update to keep you posted on that. When I get done with this live update, I will go and record an overnight weather update. I do record 3 times a day, typically during the weekday about 6 a.m., noon, and 6 p.m. On the weekends, it's 7 a.m., noon, and 6 p.m. But we do a live weather update at 7 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday most weekends, unless we're camping, at which point I'm not going to be doing that. But all right, Jackie says, on our way to I almost said Petros. My bad. Petros. When I first moved to town, I called it Petros, and I was like, well, everyone's like, it's Petros, Witcher. I'm like, well, there's a Petros where we eat food, and now there's a Petros. All right, it's Petros. To Camp Brushy Mountain. Oh, nice. Are you with the Boy Scouts? Because I was talking to my friend who's taking a Boy Scout group to Brushy Mountain for camping tonight. And we chatted about it, and I said, here, hold on. I said, based on the forecast right now, this was earlier today, maybe you don't want to go, but based on the current activity, you would be likely to be A-okay. So I'm wondering if that's what you're doing. All right, Alexandria. Let's see. They've put a tornado tag on that warning. Which warning did they put a tornado tag on? I'm looking to see what you're saying. We haven't had too many tornado tags. I'm not seeing the one on the Southern Valley. The current severe thunderstorm watch, there is no tornado tag on that. But they may have put a tornado tag on some of the warnings here tonight. And that's why I said I'm not 100% sure on how this all plays out. Hoping the messy weather clears for tomorrow in Morristown. Our church has so many ministry projects scheduled around town for tomorrow. Mission Morristown. Well, Joanne, thank you for your service for your community. That's absolutely amazing. Do anticipate showers to increase throughout the day tomorrow. I will tell you that. What's up, Ruth? How are you, my friend? You're welcome, Jerry. You're welcome, Jill. And thanks for joining us here this evening. I keep saying us. I'm used to saying us. Brandy, how are you, my friend? Thanks for all you do. You're very welcome. And again, don't forget that I do 3 forecast weather updates, and I do a 1 minute with Witcher, and I know that's been tied to my daily forecast weather updates, but if you have the app, you're going to see a new update on the app where you're going to be able to click that 1 minute with right there, front and center on the app. I know a lot of us don't have time. When you go to a weather app, you just want to get quick weather information. You don't want a long form forecast. I get that. For those of you that still want the long form forecast, it will always be there front and center on the app. But again, the 1 minute with Witcher is going to be broadcast front and center on the app as well, probably coming this weekend. It will come this weekend. I've got everything ready to go. I just got to switch some things over. Dwayne, I'm totally with you on that. Just so happy no tornadoes. What's tomorrow looking like? Bryson said. All right, so you're just now tuning in. Let's go back through the forecast, shall we? We'll go back through the forecast here for you. If you missed any of the forecasts, if you're joining us late, I will jump right back to the details, go from the top, and then we'll kind of wrap things up here tonight. And, of course, you can jump back into the East Tennessee Weather app and get your forecast daily updates here in just a little bit. But we still have a severe thunderstorm watch. That's in effect until 9 o'clock here tonight. Of course, these are the severe thunderstorm threats. I don't think we're going to have a lot of threat from here on out. I really think things are diminishing. We still have some strong thunderstorms across the Southern Valley, but everybody else, I really would be shocked if we get a severe thunderstorm warning from here on out, basically north of, say, McMinn County. But if we do get anything, wind damage is going to be the major threat. Hail is going to be possible, but 1 inch, in diameter or less. Low-end tornado potential, I think that's really faded away. And the flood potential, well, I say not likely. Well, we've got one flash flood warning out there down into Chattanooga, but I think we're going to start to see that potential increase a little bit more tomorrow because we do have a severe thunderstorm potential tomorrow. So here's your future cast. We pick up our timeline here at 6 o'clock. I know it's 6:30 right now. We take you all the way through 9 o'clock here tonight. And again, we still have rain moving its way on through. I think that's not going to be severe weather. I think that's going to be just heavy rain. Moderate to heavy rain all the way through about 9 to 10 o'clock here tonight because we've already started to see some drier weather conditions back off to our west into Nashville. That is all heading our way. So give us about 3 more hours, and I think a lot of this rain will slowly fade away. We're already starting to see just some scattered light rain showers move their way into Cookeville, so that's not too terribly far away from where we are. As we wake up on Saturday morning, do we have a chance for some scattered light rain showers? Yeah, the potential is there. So do anticipate maybe some scattered light rain showers early Saturday morning if you've got ball games or practices or any sort of outdoor events or if you're doing any camping with the Boy Scouts or whatnot. But really, from now through tomorrow morning, rainfall amounts are going to be anywhere from about a quarter, half to upwards of about an inch of rain. So we still are looking at some solid rainfall from here on out, but it's going to be a steadier, heavy rain. This is the kind of rain that we need this time of the year. I know it's May, but let's pretend it's April. April showers bring May flowers, right? We want our May flowers to bloom. This is the kind of rain to do it. We don't want the hail. We don't want the severe thunderstorms. We don't want the damaging wind to really wipe our gardens out. But we do have a severe thunderstorm potential on Saturday. Saturday night really is going to be the potential for that. So let's walk you through our forecast. Here's Saturday morning. Picking up our timeline at 7 o'clock in the morning. Most of our morning hours should be on the drier side. Although over the last couple of days, we've seen some rain showers during the early morning hours. So do anticipate maybe a few light rain showers early Saturday. The potential for heavier rain and maybe isolated strong or severe thunderstorms picks up anytime after about noon. And I think, based on some of the latest model guidance, I think the mountain counties, Upper East Tennessee, probably has the best potential, the best threat for severe thunderstorms late in the day on Saturday. So keep an eye on that and make sure you have a way to receive weather information. And, let's just plug it again. Scan that QR code on the bottom right-hand side of the screen. East Tennessee Weather app will give you all those push notifications from the National Weather Service, watches and warnings, lightning data. When I do live severe weather coverage, you can watch right there front and center from your app. Hopefully, if you're joining us if you have an Android app and you open your app up right now, let me know if I am broadcasting front and center on your app. My buddy has an Android app, the Android phone. He has the East Tennessee Weather app, and I am not front and center on the Android app. So something to keep in mind. If you have Android, let me know if I'm front and center on your app right now. I'd really appreciate it so I can reach out to the developers and kind of let them know what's going on. All right, all the way through Sunday night, we're still looking at the potential for 1 to 2 inches of rainfall. That's why the flood threat continues to increase a little bit as we get into our Saturday night. So tonight's lows drop down into the 50s and 60s. Through the day tomorrow, we're going to see those temperatures climb into the low to mid 70s, so not nearly as hot. Still muggy, not as hot. Rain showers pick up, especially for the second part of our Saturday. Humidity starts to drop as we get into our Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, so the air is going to feel a lot more comfortable. Temperatures will come on down. Look at your high temperatures. After highs topping out in the 80s over the last couple of days, we'll be in the mid-70s tomorrow, low 70s Sunday, Monday, back into the mid to upper 70s. More seasonable weather returns Tuesday through next Friday. We have some unsettled weather that's going to hang out with us. Let me show you one thing here real quick. We have some unsettled weather hanging out with us here all the way through, say, Tuesday. Not necessarily rainy weather, but a little bit of unsettled weather because we have an upper level low that's just going to be spinning across the area. So an upper level low is a weatherman's woe. Have you ever heard of that? Due to the fact that they're very hard to forecast because the models really just don't have a good grasp on them. So just take this with a grain of salt, but here's this low. There's Sunday, there's Monday, here's Tuesday, and then Tuesday into Wednesday, here comes another storm system that will finally kick that little wave out of here. But while the wave is over on top of us, that's what's going to bring us partly cloudy skies, maybe a couple of passing showers, and that really should be about the extent of it. All right, let's go dive into the details on your radar one more time, then we'll wrap things up here tonight. Again, I sure hope you have had a great week. It's May 2nd. Can you believe it's already May? That's amazing. It's my birthday. It's a big birthday month in my family. All right, so we have a severe thunderstorm warning right now for, let's go for Meigs County, McMinn, Bradley, and also Hamilton County. This runs until 7 o'clock. The current time is now 6:35. So a severe thunderstorm warning right now for those counties. Let me switch back to the radar in Morristown. This is what we're talking about. And again, some strong gusty winds associated with this, some torrential downpours. Let's see, a little bit of hail maybe showing up. No, we don't even have any hail showing up. Do we have any spin in the atmosphere? We don't even have any spin really in the atmosphere. So it's just going to be some heavy rain, some strong gusty winds, and I think that's going to be about the extent of it. From Cleveland to Georgetown to Camelot to Charleston to Riceville, Athens, heads up Etowah, Benton, Tellico Plains, Madisonville. If this holds together, Sweetwater, Von Orr, Greenback, Philadelphia. If this all holds together, you could see some strong gusty winds. And remember, on Facebook, you'll see severe thunderstorm warnings. With the East Tennessee Weather app, you'll get those severe thunderstorm warnings as well. All right, my friends, we're going to wrap things up here this evening. Let's go. Are you going live tomorrow? Let's go to the chat here for a second while we wrap things up. There we go, Miranda. That's what I'm talking about. All this rain is good for my corn. The only good thing about it, well, you could go sing in the rain, Miranda. Come on. Let's have a little bit of fun, shall we? Let's see. Crystal says, ugh, that first storm was rough and long. I don't want to do it again. I don't necessarily know that we will do it again. Are you going to be live tomorrow? I will be live at 7 a.m. on Saturday. And I'll do it again on Sunday and then back to 6 a.m. Monday through Friday. Dwayne, you're so welcome. Let's see. Crystal says, mine works. You're live on the app. Thanks, Crystal. I'm assuming that you're on Android. So there we go. My buddy's phone is all messed up, isn't it? He needs to throw that Android away. I'm just kidding. I kid. Thanks for sharing this, Mike. The rain held off for graduation. Yay! Let's give you a big shout out on that. Congratulations to all the graduate students. Anybody graduating, anybody having kids or grandkids or friends or family members graduating. Big graduation weekend. I cannot believe college and graduation and summer vacation is just right around the corner. I'm hoping we can make our sale at Parkway Drive in the morning. Hope you have a great weekend. Thanks to you, Ruth. I hope you have a great weekend as well. I have to click the banner when the daily forecast page to update it and see you're live. You aren't on the main page though on my app. Do you have Android? You Android users. I'm kidding. I kid. Everything I do though is Apple, so here I am. And it is pouring at the East Tennessee Weather Studios. You're very welcome, Monica. And tell your son I said hi. One day I will see him in concert. One day I will see him in concert. I sure hope you all have a great night. We're going to leave you with a live view here this evening from Hardin Valley. Orange Hat Brewery looking off towards Carnes, Solway, and Oak Ridge. Have a great night. The severe weather potential starts to die on down. Heavy rain from here on out. And more possible strong or severe thunderstorms throughout the day tomorrow, but pleasant weather on into our Sunday. Have a great night. Be safe. Be kind to each other. Life is short.